Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new around here, I'm Faye, I'm a personal stylist, and today we're talking all about leveling up your style. Now, what does that mean exactly? It can mean a lot of things, but essentially we can look at leveling up the clothes that you wear, leveling up your current style habits and how we can make them better for you, and leveling up the way that you feel about your style. So essentially just taking you from where you are now to a much better place and reaching for the stars and becoming the best version of yourself through style. Now, before we get into this video, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I will be sharing more styling videos as well as some behind the scenes of my life as a personal stylist. And I'm definitely keen to be sharing more of my love for styling with you. All right, let's talk about your personal style. I always say that your personal style is a reflection of who you are. It's literally the exterior layer of who you are as a person. And that then translates into your wardrobe, into the way that you shop, into how you carry yourself, and the way that you show up. Here's the thing though, we naturally evolve as people. It's in our nature as humans, right, to evolve, which means that our style should constantly be evolving and updating with us. Who you were 5 years ago is not the same person that you are now. And so your style should definitely have changed even from then until now. Who you're going to be in 3 months, in a year, in 3 years' time may not be the same person you are as well. Which is why it's so important that you're in tune with your personal style and you constantly update it to match this person that you are and to be aligned with who you are. Otherwise, you may find yourself feeling stuck, feeling like there's like a disconnect or a mismatch between who you are and your personal style. When you look into your wardrobe, you may feel confused or overwhelmed or just lost with the kind of clothing that you're looking at and how that can be worn. You may find yourself with a wardrobe full of clothes but nothing to wear. That is like the classic line that even I faced once upon a time. And that's purely because you just don't own the right pieces of clothing. They are just not serving you anymore. You have bigger picture goals, you have this vision in mind, and the pieces that you currently have just don't hit that nail in the head for you. This is also why you may be currently feeling bored or uninspired with your style. And when you look at yourself in the mirror and when you look at your wardrobe, you don't feel any particular feelings with it. Or when you look at yourself in the mirror, you may find kind of questioning who you are, which is a really scary position to be in. Again, I can say that I was definitely there once upon a time. And so it's really important that we catch this early to prevent us from spiraling into that direction that we don't want to be in. Remember that it is completely normal to outgrow a past version of yourself. Again, we're humans. It is in our nature to just constantly evolve in life. And so it's definitely okay for us to outgrow a version of ourselves, which means it's also okay for us to outgrow style, right? It's okay to outgrow some pieces in our wardrobes that we once used to love. But sometimes life just flies by. It goes so quickly, right? And sometimes you don't even realize that you're changing half the time because we just keep going at this pace. You won't then realize that you've missed the boat, and then you may find yourself in this position of feeling confused, feeling lost, and feeling stuck with your style. And so today I'll be sharing these common reasons to help you kind of identify when would be a time for you to level up your style so that you're aware in the future and then you don't then have to find yourself going back to feeling stuck with your style. The first and probably one of the most common reasons is that you're entering a new chapter of life. You're going through a transition. You may be starting a new role, changing positions, so whether that be in work or outside. You could be becoming a mother or entering a new era, like a new age. All of these big life changes are a good indication that it's time for you to reassess your style and basically level up because you're literally leveling up in life. Right? And so again, your style needs to match that. So a common example would be if you are starting your own business and you used to work in corporate, but your wardrobe is still full of corporate wear. Like that would be so confusing for you if you're wanting to get dressed for the day, but all you have are suits that are not appropriate for your current lifestyle. Or you could be working your way up the ladder at work, but what you're wearing is the same that you were wearing when you first started that gig. And that is something that I came across recently with one of my clients that I've just finished working with, is that she admitted she's highly ambitious, she's confident in the work that she does, but she knew that the way that she presented herself at work wasn't doing her any justice. And she knew that she wasn't taken seriously. and she wanted so badly to work up the ladder. And so after working together, we completely transformed her style. She's completely elevated her wardrobe. She now shows up with confidence. She carries herself differently. And she did land that promotion that she was working hard for. So that just goes to show how your style can really affect how you feel about yourself, how you carry yourself, and how you show up, not just for everyone around you, but for yourself. So having the right pieces to work with will really help you embody that person that you're wanting to become and really create the life that you truly desire. And it will stop you then from feeling this kind of mismatch between your wardrobe and who you are. Another big hint of why you should level up your style is if you look into your wardrobe and it no longer inspires you. And this can take a little time to realize, especially if you don't spend too much time in your wardrobe or if you resort to the same outfits all the time. But this is why I always encourage you to assess your wardrobe every season so that you really are staying in tune and aligned with who you are as a person, but also with the season and the seasons to come. So if you are currently feeling like you have a wardrobe full of clothes but nothing to wear, for example, like I mentioned before, this could be a clear sign that you just don't have the right pieces in your wardrobe. They're no longer reflecting the current person that you are or the person that you want to become. They may not be appropriate for your lifestyle. You may just have too many clothes that is overwhelming, and so of course you then just end up resorting to what's easy or what's safe. Your clothes may not align with your values, so you've basically outgrown the pieces that you have. And again, completely normal and completely okay, because you do change as a person. So again, it's really important that your pieces serve you and match this person that you are and who you're becoming. You may even feel like when you do put an outfit on and you look in the mirror, it just doesn't spark any joy, and it doesn't feel like you anymore. And again, that's okay. But again, a good sign that it's time for you to really level up. It's time for you to start dressing the way that you should be dressing so that you can really show up authentically and in alignment with who you are. Otherwise, if you continue to, settle for outfits that you know already work for you, or settle for outfits that are easy, you've worn them before, or even just resorting to outfits that you knew once worked years ago, you'll find yourself truly just feeling stuck. Like, here's where you want to be, here's where you are now, and no matter how many times you put on outfits that are pretty much the same, you're never going to get to where you want to be. And so in order for you to get here, you really have to completely level up. Remove those pieces that are no longer serving you, that you don't wear, that you don't feel are aligned with who you are. That way you can make space for new pieces that will match this person that you want to become. And on a side note, I'm not saying that for you to level up your style, you have to buy new pieces at all, but you want to make sure that the pieces that you currently have are pieces that are really working hard for you. The amount of times I work with clients who are ready to level up and we work together and they don't even get to that point of investing in new pieces yet, but they've already felt a level up within themselves because they've removed those pieces that they were just hanging on to for no reason other than the fact that they thought that they just needed more options. But they quickly learned that the more pieces you have doesn't necessarily mean you have more options to wear. There's no point hanging on to pieces that you're not actually wearing or that you don't actually love or that don't actually serve you. And you'll soon realize that less is more. The less pieces you have in your wardrobe, the more you'll be able to create because you'll have clarity, right? You'll know that those pieces in your wardrobe are the right pieces for you. And then from there, with that clarity, you can really maximize where of your pieces and then identify if there are any pieces that you want to invest in moving forward. It'll also save you a lot of time because you won't have an overly huge wardrobe, but then also you'll save money because you won't then be spending on new pieces with that idea of like needing more to have more. So it really does come down to you preparing your wardrobe and making sure that it is aligned with who you are and the person that you're becoming in all aspects of your wardrobe, from the clothing, from your habits, and how you feel when you look at your wardrobe. And then there's this sign of just feeling like you want more. And a lot of the time my clients don't realize that that is the case for them because, again, life flies by, and when there are so many things happening in life, sometimes your personal style is not at the forefront, and I can totally understand how that can be the case. But again, if you look at your wardrobe and when you start trying on outfits and you just feel that there's just this mismatch between, your style and who you are, and you start just throwing things on and kind of just settling and not really putting in the effort, but then deep down inside that you want more. right? You deserve more, you want more, you know that you can do better. Take that as a sign. Like, listen to yourself, listen to your gut. Remember that you are achieving so much in life, you're evolving as a person. And so wearing the same pieces that we did back, years ago when we weren't this person calls for a mismatch. Like, we are literally creating a gap between our personal style and who we are. And that will do a disservice for you in the long run. Even if there is nothing really wrong with your style, right? You dress well, you feel great, there is always room for improvement. There's always room for you to step out of your comfort zone or expand your comfort zone, as someone once told me. But even just expanding what you're comfortable with so that you can introduce new styles and feel differently with your style, feel excited, feel inspired, that is also a way that you can level up your style. And I always say this again is that, even stylists can use stylists, because we know what we know, but when an outsider's perspective, a new set of eyes, a new brain can teach you new things, there's always going to be room for growth. So even if you think that you're doing great, trust me when I say that we can always do better. We can always try a new style or a new colorway, or style our outfits differently, or even just think differently with style, adapt better habits, minimize our wardrobes, but just treating style differently in a way that will help you go from where you are now to a better position is how you can level up if you're feeling deep down that you know that you deserve better. You may also be over making the same mistakes. Sure, your style is fine, but if you're constantly spending hours in your wardrobe trying to put together an outfit, or the moment a sale is on, you are so quick to go into the store and get those sales, even if you don't need the pieces, right? All of these little habits can accumulate, and over time, you're not going to be winning if you are spending on the wrong pieces or in pieces that you don't actually need, or wasting time when you could be doing something else with that time. You want to be able to make empowered decisions with your style. And that comes down to you really making sure that the standard is set based off of your approach to style and how you want that to translate through your wardrobe, through the pieces you wear, and how you feel about yourself. Again, what's most important for you to remember out of all of this is that we constantly evolve as humans. So your style should too. And this isn't a one-time fixes all kind of scenario. I'm always constantly evolving and wanting to try new with my style and wanting to do better with my style and expand and grow. And that's the beauty of evolving in life. It's also what's exciting about life, is just constantly learning more about yourself and pushing yourself as far as you can so that you can really show up as the best version of yourself. So if you're feeling like it's time for a level up, like you feel it deep down, and now that you're aware of it, don't ignore it. That is the one strong piece of advice that I can give out of all of this, is don't ignore that feeling. Because if you do ignore that feeling and you continue to go day by day, you are just continuously going to remain still. You'll be complacent, and then you'll feel stuck. And then in addition to that, you'll start to really feel confused, overwhelmed, and spiral into this hole. So what you want to do is you want to be aware of these reasons, any kind of signal that you receive when it comes to evolving as a person and how that relates to your style. Really be hyper clear on your relationship with your style and see what ways you can strengthen that relationship, whether that be through changing your habits, making better, more conscious and considered decisions, even just removing those pieces that no longer serve you, how you feel, how you style your outfits. All of these little things can make such a big difference to how you feel about your style and how you carry yourself and how you can move forward along your style journey. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Also check out this video here, which is feedback on one of my clients who just recently finished their style journey and the impact that it had on her life. It completely changed her life, so definitely check that out. And if you want to know more about what it's like working with a stylist, there's also this video here that takes you on a little day in the life. Thank you so much for watching. Here's to you leveling up your style, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!